was able to take care of a few lingering things on the Cobra that had been left over from the winter. I had this whole gallon of aluminum brightener that I used to clean up the heat exchanger, and I kept thinking, what else can I use this for? And I noticed that the supercharger, the upper intake that it sits on, it had all kind of like corroded over the wintertime. And I used this stuff on it, as you saw in the beginning of the video, and it worked really good to clean all that up and take all that. I don't know what that is like corrosion or something that gets on the aluminum from, I don't know if it was from sitting during the winter or what it was, but that stuff worked really good. And also I tried it on the expansion tanks on the front, but it did not work as well on those. I don't know what I'm going to do about those tanks. I really, really want to get a set of the Harpel AutoFab split tanks. I don't like the single 2-in-1 tanks. I like the split look. But he teased the split tanks like last year, and there hasn't been anything as of yet on his site or since then as far as a production on them. But I really, really dislike the chrome aluminum look of the tanks underneath it that it has now. I would rather just get a nice set of black tanks to match, you know, the theme that I'm going to have underneath the hood. Also, I put on a set of new coil covers on it. The ones I was running on it were just powder coated black. Those are actually from my torch red Terminator that I had. And I put those on because I thought they looked a little bit better than just the ones that came on the Cobra that I have now. It was just a regular look. They weren't powder coated or anything like that. I got these from, I'll throw his Instagram page up here. It's TWB Creations, which stands for Team Blue Wolf Creation. And he has a lot of really nice stuff on his site if you want to go check it out. And I'll link it down in the description as well. And those coil covers came from him. He's a former military veteran and really, really great customer service. And he's got a lot of real nice stuff on the site. The only thing that I didn't like about those coil covers was he gives you new hardware, whether it's nice black bolts with a lock washer on it, but they wouldn't thread in to the, into the, where it goes into by the head. But they didn't want to thread in as easy as the stock hardware does. And I was a little bit apprehensive about trying to crank that down and stripping the threads where those screw into. So I decided not to use the hardware, even though they're nice black bolts with a lock washer on it. But I think I'll probably reach out to him and mention that they seemed like the bolt was just maybe not quite the right size, or the thread pitch wasn't quite right, because they didn't want to thread in by hand, and it would thread in with the ratchet, but I didn't want to force it down in there and strip the threads on it. So I decided not to do that and just use the stock hardware, and it still looks pretty good overall. So as far as short-term mods that I want to do on the car, or things I need to take care of on the car in the short term, I may have mentioned it in the last video. I'm not positive, but just in case I did, as far as the coolant leak that I've had for quite a while now, it's not fixed. I thought it was fixed earlier. I had the car running, I drove the car a little bit, and it didn't leak any coolant. But I took it out for a longer drive, brought it back home, and it's definitely still leaking coolant. I popped the radiator cap off, and it was down on coolant a little bit, so I filled that back up. So it had been leaking since like last summer. It's coming from the oil cooler. Those gases just get old and worn out, and they, you know, just fail after a while. Some people leak oil through there. Some people leak coolant, and I'm leaking coolant through mine. So that's something that it's really not, well, I've read up on it a little bit. Some people say it's easy. Other people say it's hard as far as the clearance issues, trying to get it out. But it's one of those things I'm going to let Cobra Dan take care of when I bring it down there. It's, you know, it's not really leaking all that much coolant. So as long as I keep an eye on it, it won't be an issue. But that's something I'm just going to have him take care of. It would be much easier to do that on a lift and something like that. Even though the jack stands, the quick jacks I have are great, but I think it would be a lot easier with an actual lift to tackle something like that. So I'm going to let him take care of that. And as far as the other things that I want to have done, I did a close-up of the coolant crossover tube. That thing has seen better days. I don't like the color. It's just kind of beat up as far as the appearance on it. It's not actually dented, but just the appearance on it, it just looks old and worn out. So I want to have that repowder coated. I would like to have the valve covers powder coated. I went back and forth on a long time on what color I really wanted to do. Do I want to do blue and match the car? Do I want to do black and match the Whipple? So I think what I decided on was probably doing like a flat black. I did wrinkle red on my last one, and the wrinkle kind of tends to hold in dirt and grime. So I'm going to do like a flat matte color and not have a wrinkle. And I think that will match the blower pretty well. And I'll do the coolant crossover tube in the same color as well. Another thing that I want to get done on the Cobra is I do have a set of Kook's catalytic converters to put on it. I just had the car out driving it, and it sounds so incredible with the boreless stingers and the long tubes without cats. It sounds really, really good, but I know it's going to sound even a little bit better with the cats on it. So I think I'm still going to do that. And the other thing too is those were pretty expensive. I would hate not to use them. So when that goes down to Cobra again too, I'm going to have him weld the cats in, get the tune updated for the cats, have the powder coat and stuff done, fix that coolant leak, and the car will be really, really pretty much all set for the summer. I don't have any lingering other issues or problems with it. I just had it driving for probably like a good half hour, got everything up to temp. Temperature's good, the supercharger coolant temp's good, so the pump's working well, and there's really no issues with the car other than that pesky little bit of a coolant leak that it's got from the oil cooler, but that's, like I said, it's not really too big of a deal. So those are pretty much the short-term plans with the Cobra, what I want to have done within the next, couple months, get those things taken care of. I do have a longer list of things that I want to do long-term. May not really be a longer list, but it's just things that I'm really putting on the back burner that I can do without for now, but things that I would really like to do at some point down the road. But I'll get to that in another video later on. Now, probably the next video with the Cobra, I'll be out driving it, so I'll do like an in-car video. I did do some of the exhaust video before, but it sounds different. I don't know if it's maybe the mufflers are broken in more now than what they were before. I'm not really sure. Those mufflers were damaged slightly that I mentioned in the other video, but I don't know. It seems like the tones changed a little bit since when I first put them on. Maybe it's the weather, who knows, but it just sounds really, really good. So I'll do like another driving video of like in-car stuff and find like another, topic to pick and talk about. But if you did make it this far in the video, like would be greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, the sub button is down below. Absolutely free to join. A lot more Cobra stuff coming up for the summer, and also Carlisle later on in June. I have some stuff coming up soon with the custom rifle that I built, and I have some range time with that coming up. So that's all stuff to look forward to in the near future. And if you like the video, please leave it a like. And above all else, thanks for watching.